Hi, I'm Casey Tusina with the National Camera Exchange. I'm here with the brand new Nikon D750, the latest in Nikon's full-frame arsenal. It's going to show that whoever has the most full frames wins. Right now that's Nikon at 5. We've got basically, it's a D810 just stripped down a little bit. I want to go over some of the differences between it and the 810 and why you might want to go this way instead of shelling out the extra $1,000. So if you're considering between the 750 and 810, a few of the differences, or I guess the downsides of going for the lower priced version are you have a 24 megapixel sensor instead of 36. It seems to have the anti-aliasing filter, so you won't get quite as much sharpness as you do out of the 810. We've got a max shutter speed of about half of what the 810 does. That's 4,000th of a second instead of an 8,000th of a second. It has a little bit different viewfinder. I mean, it's good, it's nice, you can see everything, but it's not quite as nice as the D810. It is super just not D810 nice. That's pretty much as money as it gets. SD, no CF, so all you pros that are using your antiquated CF cards, you know, you can't do it with this. Honestly, give them up, pick SD anyways. SD is kind of the future. Do that instead. Some of the advantages to the D750 are you get built-in Wi-Fi. That's something that I really wanted in really every camera moving forward. No clunky $60 part that you have to buy separately. It's just built right into the camera. Hook it up to your smartphone, your tablet computer. You're able to shoot a JPEG, transfer it over, send it to social media, you know, your Instagram, your Facebook, your Tumblr, whatever. Tumblr even? Yeah, Tumblr takes pictures. You've got a little bit extra battery life. It is same battery, but you get 30 extra pictures over the 810. It doesn't sound like a lot, mostly because it isn't a lot. I'm just mentioning it that it has really good battery life. That's 12,030 pictures is what it's rated to. A bit better than even the 610 then, which is rated to 900 shots. So that's a nice little upgrade. Overall, the form factor is really a lot smaller and lighter than the 810. So if you have smaller hands or just don't want to carry around extra weight, it really handles well. A little deeper grip too. You get an articulating monitor here, kind of swivels. It's good for, I suppose, you know, high, low angle type shooting. It's good for those situations where you don't want to just be right in someone's face saying, "Hey, I'm taking your picture, buddy." You can just kind of be back, be a little subtle. Good for street shooting, I suppose macro if you don't want to get buried in the dirt with your camera. You get an extra frame and a half per second. That's 6.5 frames per second. That's pretty quick. Here, we'll give it a listen. Yeah, it's fast. It comes in at about $1,000 less than the 810 at $2299. When I was playing around with this camera, I did notice a few minor changes to the menu itself. They added in really a nice graphic that kind of shows you what all your controls are doing. It gives you a graphic of the rear dial and the front dial, and as you control them, it shows you just right on the monitor what you're changing. Things like when we're doing white balance, here we are, it'll show you your presets, but then it'll also show you your warm to cool balance with the other dial. It's true with metering. You know, these are little graphics that I think is really going to make it a lot easier for the novice photographer to get into this camera. It really takes advantage of the DDC, or dual dial control. You can thank me later, Nikon, for coining that one. And it shows you really what you're actually controlling on the camera. Overall, I think this is an absolutely solid camera that I'm really pumped about. It really shows you the kind of the trickle down of technology. You get all the good stuff in the super pro-y pieces, and it kind of gets down to something a little bit more entry level. I kind of think that this is just not going to replace the 810. I think you're still going to want to buy those. They're definitely a more professional camera. This feels more like an advanced amateur piece, a semi-pro, an aspiring pro's camera. I mean, it could also go in the bag of a professional shooter who has a D4S and a D810, have a little bit smaller camera to hang out with those. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and thanks for watching. I'm Casey with National Camera.